Hi, and welcome to Parents of Dragons. I'm your host, Allison Judge.
And I'm Lex Judge.
And this is a podcast where we watch the most recent episode of Game of Thrones and talk about it like we know things, which we don't because I've never seen any episodes and Lex has only seen the first 2 seasons. We did miss last week and we apologize. Our kids.
We are parents of dragons.
We are, plus...
ourselves, and...
You know, that episode wasn't very good anyway.
Yeah, so. It was... you could miss that one.
You know, no big deal.
Yeah.
Right? Also, happy Mother's Day to all of those mothers out there and all of those people who have acted like mothers, because we deserve to celebrate you too. Okay.
Well,
jumping in.
Yeah, let's get into it. This episode's pretty wild.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid too, but we'll get into why we thought it was stupid later on. Let's do the recap real quick.
All right. So we kind of first start off with Mr. Eunuch. I don't know his name.
It's not important. He's dead now.
He is dead now. Also, spoilers, so, you know, if you haven't watched the episode, please don't listen to this.
Yeah, a little late, because that was like That's a huge spoiler. Yeah. I do know that he's been like a pretty prominent character throughout the whole show.
Oh.
And so, yeah, he kind of died a little unceremoniously, but I felt that way of a lot of the deaths this episode.
Yeah, for sure. So he's writing a letter, basically, we only catch like the last line that basically says that there's somebody else and Jon's the rightful heir to the throne or whatever. Yeah. And then that little girl comes in and starts talking about how Dany won't eat.
Yeah, I think he was trying to poison her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he hired that little girl to poison Dany, it seemed like. But I might have missed that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting turn of tales. Then Mr. Snow shows up and talks to Mr. Eunuch and just kind of tells him that, you know, I know that I'm the rightful heir, but I really don't want it. She's always going to be my queen.
Right.
La-di-da-di-da.
Something that was important about that is that now Jon knows that a lot of people
know.
And so that's bad. That's bad news. He was kind of reliant on, you know, his siblings not to tell anybody, and now it's obvious that the truth got out there. So.
Yep. And Dany talks to Tyrion.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
pretty much just reveals that she knows everything. She doesn't really mention how she knows everything. That was kind of a weird... there was no plot.
Well, I guess she knew that Jon knew because Jon told her.
Right. But how did she know that he told his siblings and that... they didn't really explain that. Like, well, I guess she has spies everywhere, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
anyway.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And so Dany's she's just pissed. And you know what? I would be too if I hadn't eaten for days. I'd be very hangry.
Why?
But she just went off her rocker.
Yep. We'll get into that later too. But
so she decides to have our friend the eunuch killed via dragon
for treason. It's like every other time in this show, the execution's always like just a beheading.
Right.
Every time. Or like a hanging or beheading. And then, so this guy deserved to get killed by dragonfire, which seemed really unnecessary.
Yeah, a little extravagant here. Mm-hmm. But, and then Jon and Dany kind of have a little weird moment.
Yeah, they kissed, but was that
that was
scene?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They kissed, but then he kind of backs off, and that, I think she just like... Yeah. I don't know, she felt spurned, I guess, and so, I don't know, she's obviously really tanking her character. It's just like... Yeah,
it's just going downhill, and you can see it in her face and her eyes and everything. She's just losing it. So she's, you know, planning to set fire to the whole city the next day.
Yep.
And she kind of gives Tyrion a little warning that the next time Tyrion fails her is the last time he fails her. Arya and Hound show up, and they're just kind of walking through, planning on killing Cersei.
Arya's planning on killing Cersei.
Yeah, and
the Hound is obviously going after his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Tyrion finds that Jaime is being held prisoner by Dany's army because he was caught while he was trying to get to Cersei.
Yep.
And so they have a little chat.
Yeah.
And that was a really...
It was a touching scene.
It was. It was. Yeah, I'm gonna just insert a little like life moment there.
Sure.
It was touching as a parent of a child with special needs.
Yeah.
I know that, Tyrion is it's not necessarily, I don't know how to describe this. I'm probably going to be politically incorrect.
Right,
yeah.
Right. He's
physically different, whereas we have, a daughter who's intellectually impaired, or however you want to say it. She's got special needs. And so to just kind of see that whole
sibling love between two different types of people.
And, just when he says that, you're the only one who didn't treat me like a monster. You know, that was just a very, for me, very moment.
Sure.
And then during that little chat with Tyrion and Jaime, Tyrion is going to let Jaime go so that he can run and go get Cersei and try to escape, basically. They they think that Cersei won't do anything to cause herself to die or something because of the baby, and it's all for the children.
Yeah. I didn't really understand why. Yeah, like this whole time I thought that Jaime was just pretending to want to go back to Cersei to get close to her so that he could, because like the whole point of Tyrion and Jaime joining forces with Dany was to show that they've changed,
Mm-hmm.
And then this episode completely undoes all of that. Like, at least Tyrion's motives were good. He wanted to save these innocent people's lives, and he released Jaime not just so that Jaime can go to Cersei, but also he can convince the people to surrender.
Right.
And so, which he does. So, Tyrion's motives were at least noble.
Yeah.
But Jaime's is not, and I didn't really like that. I didn't think that was a good... I don't know. I guess I can't really get into the mind of a guy who fucks his sister.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, moving right along.
So they're kind of all pushing in to get through the gate. Arya and Hound do make it through the gate, but Jaime doesn't, so he's taking the side stairs. Mm-hmm. So Arya and Hound are kind of just, scouting out, trying to find Cersei and Mountain. And, the dragon comes in with Dany and starts setting all the ships on fire.
Yeah, they pretty much easily handle...
Super easily.
The Euron's fleet, which is so stupid.
I mean, seriously.
Because the first time they had 2 dragons, and obviously it was a surprise attack. This was the last episode. I guess
that's it.
Which we missed and we didn't talk about. It was a surprise attack, and all of a sudden the dragon died. So I guess they were caught off guard. But like,
but still,
it was still kind of stupid that it's like the first time.
Within 2 minutes.
Yeah, she couldn't do anything, and now
dragon
she can kill the entire...
Yeah.
Like the show has been building up the dragons as these things that are an unstoppable killing machine.
Right.
And then there's an episode where the dragon gets slaughtered easily. And, like, the first dragon gets slaughtered easily, but it was because it was the Night King. Mm-hmm. So we just figured it was magic and that kind of stuff. But then the second dragon gets slaughtered
shot
easily.
Out of the air.
Yeah. By, these weapons that were designed for that. But still, like, okay, so you've established that these weapons can easily take care of dragons.
And then you have more of them.
And then you have more of them for this episode. Dragon. And only one dragon, and he can't do shit. Like, they just get annihilated. So I didn't really think that was great storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of bothered me, but anyway.
So, then the dragon busts through the city gates.
Yeah, so you're thinking that this fight's about to go down outside the city between the Unsullied and Dothraki and Northerners and the army, Cersei's army, but then the dragon just comes in and busts through
the other way.
The other way and kind of kills everybody. All Cersei's armies.
All Cersei's army, yeah. And so then, we get to the point where Cersei's soldiers surrender. They drop their swords. Yeah. They're facing Jon Snow and that other guy. Yeah. What's his name?
Don't know.
Missandrei's little friend. I don't know if they're siblings. Or...
No, they were lovers.
Which
in this show, they could have been both. But no. Yeah, so I think that I can't remember his name either, but he's like the leader of the Unsullied. Yeah. Which is like they were slaves and Dany set them free.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I think that, and he's, something else that happened in the last episode that we didn't get a chance to talk about yet was the, Cersei executes his girlfriend. Lysandra, yeah, and so he's really
Which I thought
pissed.
her name was Lucinda for a while, so...
Yeah, so he's obviously got a lot of anger, and so does Cersei, and so that plays a huge role in this because, as we're about to discuss, all of the Cersei's soldiers, all of them drop their swords, they're ready to surrender, and Jaime's able to get to the bell and have it start ringing, and you're thinking, oh man, this isn't going to end in a bloodbath, like this is going to be actually interesting to see how this plays out. And then the good old Targaryen
Dany decides to burn the city anyway.
Yeah, she goes through with the dragons and just man, women, child, just destroying everyone, kind of really turning into
pisses me off.
Yeah, really turning into what we hope she wouldn't. So yeah, she just kind of goes through with her dragon, and
so as she's burning the city, Dany's soldiers attack Cersei's soldiers, and Jon was not expecting that.
No, Jon did not want.
What is happening?
It's setting up to be that Jon is still noble and and I think he's going to have a lot of hard times dealing with the fact that his girlfriend / aunt is now fucking psycho. So that's not going to be good.
Yeah. And then we have where Greyjoy and Jaime fight each other because Jaime's trying to...
Yeah, which was such a fucking stupid coincidence that Jaime's running and he sees the boat and then all of a sudden Greyjoy washes up to shore. Ta-da! It happens to be at the same time and they fight and they end up...
both injuring each other.
Yeah.
Greyjoy died.
Yeah,
there.
Greyjoy dies and... but Jaime's obviously pretty... he's not going to survive his wounds from that fight.
No. I like how Greyjoy's like, I'm the man who killed Jaime. Like, nobody's gonna fucking know that.
Yeah, like, seriously. Jaime's dead. Yeah, I guess he knew it, you know?
All right, good job.
Yeah, he's dead, so it doesn't matter who knows after you're dead, right?
Yeah, right. And then Arya and Hound are kind of together in the castle building.
Yeah, they're finally getting close to Cersei.
Yeah, and Hound kind of says, if you come with me, you're going to die. And Arya thanks him, and I think that was a really profound moment there since Hound's been with her for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of the moment where Arya kind of gives up her need for revenge. And that's been her whole driving force this entire show is she's had to watch her family get killed by the Lannisters and by all these people, and so she's had this list of people that she's going to get revenge on, and Cersei was kind of the last of the people on that list, and so for the Hound to take her and just be like, listen, it's not worth your life to get revenge, and to really like drive that point home with her was really powerful. That was a good moment in this show.
It really was. And Hound walks upon Mountain, walking down with Cersei, and Cersei's little right hand squirrely guy who gets killed.
He gets killed by the Mountain of all people. Mountain just
throws him.
Yeah, in typical Mountain fashion. Just
I'm mad.
Yeah, brutally murders him.
If Mountain could talk.
He does talk, but not anymore. Not after the poison, but in the earlier seasons he does.
Okay. So many things I don't know.
Yeah.
Cersei walks away unharmed because she knows that.
Yeah, she knows that
there for her.
Yeah, that's the reason the right hand died was the Mountain started abandoning Cersei, and Cersei's like, "Where are you going?" And it's obvious that these two have something they need to resolve right now, and she's not gonna get involved. So she leaves them.
She understands sibling rivalry.
I guess so.
Except she likes to have other people do her dirty work.
Yeah, so I think that this was a moment that a lot of people were really, like, I just remember seeing this on Reddit all the time. It's just like people were really, really excited for these two forces to finally clash. And this was one of the episodes that did not, or one of the parts of the episode, in my eyes, that didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
They really just go at each other, and neither really seemed to get the upper hand. And they're just blow after blow, just like you're thinking.
Well, Mountain's
like,
a fucking beast. When
they're both.
Pulls his sword
I
out of his stomach.
Yeah, I think there's something supernatural going on there, but Yeah, he's it's pretty brutal. And I mean, the Hound survives getting his eyeballs crushed in.
Lord,
that was pretty rough to watch too. But yeah, they end up, and I think pretty fitting. I think I was satisfied with the result of that fight. Mm-hmm. They end up just knocking each other off through the tower and falling to what is most likely their death.
Yeah. Most likely. Did you see that fall?
Yeah,
Did you see that fire?
But did you see the Mountain get his eye stabbed in and the sword through his gut and he kept on?
This is true.
I don't know, man. In this show, anything can happen. But yeah, no, the Hound is most definitely dead. But who knows about the Mountain? You never know in this show.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure. And then John ends up telling the army to fall back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's his name there? I don't remember.
I didn't see him. No, but
Arya, there are like 17 moments where I think that she's dead.
Yeah, so she realizes that she needs to get the hell out of there because the dragon's just destroying everything.
And everyone.
And so she's running around trying to avoid getting killed. And, she almost gets trampled. And then this woman saves her. Yeah. And this woman also has this child. And so she's so thankful that this woman saves her that she's trying to get this woman and this child out alive. And then she ends up causing their death. I mean, really, it's Dany's fault that they're all dead, but Arya's gonna, I'm sure, feel a lot of blame.
Mm-hmm. Because she tries to get everybody who's there and hiding that she finds to follow her. Yeah. And so the mother and child end up dying.
They end up following her, and then because of that, they end up getting roasted by dragonfire, where Arya is able to jump out of the way and survive. Mm-hmm. And then I think, I don't think you have this in your notes, but at some point, Jaime and Cersei die.
I have that, yeah.
Oh, you do have
it? After that, Jaime and Cersei die together, yeah.
Okay, I'll cut that out, so let's go into the next point. Yeah.
Then we have Jaime and Cersei dying together.
Yeah, they kind of share a sweet moment, which I don't think is deserved. This whole show
is all okay.
Yeah, we have each other.
Everybody's gonna feel bad for us.
We have each other, and that's all that matters. It's no, it doesn't. That's not what matters. No.
And it was for me because I hadn't seen anything. I was watching it and I was like, "Aw," and then Lex is like, "Nope."
It's no, we do not like these people.
We don't feel this way.
These people are horrible. And so, they die. They get crushed by rocks, which just seemed, like I said, unceremonious.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't deserve a big, death moment, but I don't know. I felt like it was very unsatisfying to watch them die that way.
Yeah, I agree. And then Arya finds a horse.
Out of nowhere. Everybody's burned their crisp, everybody's dead, and then there's a horse there.
Miss Snow White
great.
Calling upon them horses or whatever.
Yeah, so that was kind of weird too.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so she rides off, and that's the end of the episode. And then the preview for the next episode shows Dany rising to the throne and being in power, and I'm sure...
It did?
I mean, she's, obvious, all the armies around her. She's obviously taking power.
That's fair.
But... We'll see what happens.
Who knows, man? She's pissed off a lot of people now.
Yeah, man. Jon is not going to be happy.
And if any of those townspeople are alive, they're not going to want
to... I don't think they're alive. I think that was the whole point, was her just
to
completely washing out the old to replace with the new.
Yes, that's fair.
And she kind of... when she was talking to Tyrion earlier on in the episode, she kind of mentioned that, they're dying so that the future generations don't have to live under this tyrannical rule. Mm-hmm. So it's for the greater good, quote unquote. But I think it's to be said that when you act that way, you're not the greater good. Yeah. You're just as bad as the people you're fighting against.
Right.
So that's really disappointing that they went that direction. It was just
super frustrating that... It just sucks.
Yeah. It's not...
I didn't want the Mother of Dragons to be this way.
Yeah. It's really disappointing the way the the route they took her character. And I think it's just because they have one episode left, so they needed to speed things along and kill everybody.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's kind of disappointing. But what'd you think overall of this fifth? Yep, penultimate episode.
You know, it was an episode.
It wasn't. I don't think it was as bad as the last one.
I don't think the last one was bad. We just didn't have time to record.
No, I didn't. The last one was just, I don't know. It was just kind of boring.
It was kind of fluffy.
Yeah, it was there's a lot of fluff. And so, like, not a whole lot of interesting thing happened.
That's probably what's frustrating is because they only had 3 episodes left and they made that the 4th episode was just a lot of fluff. And then it's like, oh shit, I gotta kill all these characters. Yeah. Let's have rocks fall on them. Let's have, Yeah. So I think, I guess that's kind of frustrating. Yeah. But I know nothing about the show. So, our death count was 7. I mean, obviously, lots more people died than that. Yeah. But we
hundreds of thousands of people died, but for the main characters
we got 7. We have the Eunuch, Greyjoy, Hound, Mountain, Cersei's right hand, that old guy. Yeah. Jaime, and Cersei herself. I think that's it. Yep. No boobs.
No, 0 boobs. I think we've gotten half a boob this entire season.
No, we got a couple at the beginning, that first episode.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. You're right. A couple sets. It's funny because, like this episode was this whole show was built upon the fact that, there's a bunch of nudity and a bunch of violence.
Well, that was the whole thing in, like, my Catholic women's group was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you watch Game of Thrones. All of this nudity and all of this violence and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, so that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah. You're really thinking that we're going to have to deal with a lot of it. And there's been plenty of violence.
Yeah, that's true.
But...
not many boobs.
Yeah, not a whole lot of nudity. But, we'll see what happens this last episode. Man, I was really excited with the first 3 episodes to like go back and watch the rest of the show.
Yeah, now it's kind of like meh.
I had a feeling this was going to happen. Is they're trying to tie this whole series up, and it's just I don't think it's working.
A little too fast.
Yeah, I don't think it's working very well. So who knows? Maybe this last episode will be crazy good, and it needs to be. Honestly, it needs to be really rock solid, or else we'll probably. I don't know. I can't speak for you, but I'm probably gonna not even bother with the seasons I didn't watch.
I don't have much time on my hands,
seriously. So well, you finished Mad Men, so now
almost.
You got 1 episode left. But anyway.
Mad Men. That has taken like 3 years, by the way. So
but so that's about it. I think overall, we'll give this episode a meh. Yeah, there were some shining moments, but it wasn't enough.
I'm excited to see what happens with Arya. She's kind of...
Yeah, I'm glad she's still alive, and I think she's going to kill Dany. That's my prediction for next episode.
I could see that.
I think she's just going to be so pissed off that Dany did this. I think Jon's going to try.
You think Jon's gonna try?
Yeah, I don't think after what he just witnessed and went through, I don't think he's.
See, I don't think he's gonna try.
I don't think he's gonna forgive her.
I think Arya's gonna try, but maybe Jon will think about it. But I don't think he's even gonna try because I don't know. I know nothing.
I don't know either. My prediction for this episode was that Cersei was gonna just annihilate Dany because that's what they set it up to be like. Yeah. Like the army was weakened and the dragons
everybody's
are dead.
Tired.
Yeah, and so the fact that they came out of left field and just had Cersei all of a sudden, she hadn't eaten for days and yet she can destroy a whole city. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
come on.
It's a little.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But disappointing to say the least, but I still have high hopes for this last episode.
All right, well, this has been Parents of Dragons. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.